Our vision will not change, which is to be the best program in the state of Missouri. I mean, we're going to be successful because of the way that we practice, the way that we work, the way that we play, and that's what's going to make folks proud at the end of the day, and that's why we play football. Anyway, we got great kids, man, and that's probably the best part of this whole thing. Play the very best that we can play, no matter who we play, because at the end of the day, that's what we're supposed to do, is give our best, regardless of who we're playing, and I thought our kids did that. And, you have no idea how much it helps the kids, when the fans are behind them and the students are into it, so I just ask that they show up and let's be ready to go. You know what, I mean, if you approach life from the standpoint of, I want to be the very best I can be today and don't worry about tomorrow and don't worry about yesterday, it kind of works itself out. I mean, they're coaching their butts off every single day, every single minute to put the best product they can put out there. And we're going to have kids that are going to compete. Like, they're going to go out there and compete their butts off, and sometimes that's good enough, sometimes it's not. But what we have to do is do the fundamental things that's good for us, and that's hang on to the ball, try to have some big plays, be good in special teams. Like the objectives that it takes to win football, that's what we're working on every single day. Anybody that's ever been a competitor loves to compete. Like I can't wait for them to get in there, and let's see how our kids perform.
Again. Nixa football. Are you ready to fight? Flip on the lights. It's Friday night.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Season 2 of the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show. We are excited. Got a great crowd in here at Big Whiskey's tonight. Of course, we do record this live at Big Whiskey's on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. Come on out and join us. Greg and his team always take care of our players and our coaches who are featured for the week, and so we appreciate Big Whiskey's. And the players get a little extra appetizer card too, right, Greg? So, and of course, our coaches tonight, Coach Wickwar, Coach Perry will be our guest tonight. But before we go there tonight, we want to remind you a couple things. Big thanks to our sponsors. This year we have on board so far, which, Coach, we still have opportunities available. We have Jenkins CPA, big-time sponsor of the Nixa Touchdown Club. And in addition to that, there you go, big applause over there. And then we also have a new sponsor this year, Coach Greg Birch's Mower Service. And we'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. But if you would like to find out how you can be a part of the Nixa Touchdown Club show, and we had, I think, a little over, I think it was like 20,000 views last year alone, and those are Nixa fans, so let us know about that. But, Coach, before we get started tonight, we do want to introduce to you, and our sponsor this year is Greg Birch. And let me tell you a little bit about his business. It is located right here in Nixa. It is a family-owned business. He has licensed technicians. Now, if you know where Harder House is, he's just to the south or to the north there on that outer road on Kennett Street. But Greg Birch, his daughter's been in the cheerleading program. They've been playing sports. He's been a supporter of Nixa athletics for a long time. But if you have a broken mower, I took a chainsaw over there one day. I got one from my dad's house. It was a Steel. I couldn't get the thing to start. Take it over there. Within about 15 minutes, they had the thing up and running and charged me like $10 for some gas. I thought that was really outstanding service.
I'm going to talk to my yard man and get him to start using that place.
But you can check out Greg's Facebook page. We'll have the link here on the show. And, of course, it's gregsmowers.net. Call Greg. Your mower's broken. Got a small tractor, small machine that's not running right, weed eater, chainsaw. Take it over there. And we appreciate Greg Birch for sponsoring the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show. Coach, explain this picture. Sherry Potts reached out to me today and wanted me to make sure that we congratulated you and Stephanie on a brand new grandbaby. Congratulations. How does that make you feel, Papa?
Well, that's pretty good. I mean, I can't wait to get to hold her, I think. I mean, she was kind of small, so I told Stephanie I'm a little concerned that I might break something, so I might need to wait a little bit. But I am excited to get to see her. I told her from day one to try to, make things happen in the offseason, but she did not. So Joplin week is not a good week, so I'm going to try to figure out how to get down there pretty soon. But it's going to be tough this week, but we are excited. We're happy that they were healthy, and we was talking about it earlier. Anytime you or have a child on the way. That's a scary process.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? It's just worrisome. So we're happy that everybody's happy, everybody's healthy, and we're excited.
Well, give Coach another round of applause, him and Stephanie. I know Stephanie is doing what she needs to be doing tonight and helping out at the homestead there. Sure. So congratulations on that. Well, Coach, let's get to work here. We started something new this year. You had this vision, and where'd this vision come from to have this parade, if you will?
I actually came up with this in a dream. You know, like I had a vision of this walk where everybody would come in and the fans would line up, and I'm just joking. Coach Wickwar came up with the idea.
I was buying it. Was anybody else buying it? I was. I'm going, wow, that's inspirational.
Coach Wickwar came up with the idea a long time ago, and we got to talking about it this week, and, you know, I thought it was pretty neat. We did something very similar at the school I came from, and it kind of grew. The longer that we did it, the more people that showed up. So I think it's a great tradition. I think it's something that, you know, I think the kids will enjoy. I think their parents, their friends, I think that'll be something cool if we can get it to kind of grow a little bit. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, Coach, you know, here's the magic about Friday Night Lights. And I don't know if you know this or not. I started my 25th season this year up in the announcer booth. And there's so much that goes into a Friday night production, you know. And, yes, in the end, there's a football game to be played. There's no doubt about it. But there's so many more things. The band is always practicing. We got the cheer team. Of course, the parents are out there tailgating. What about all the volunteers it takes to do the cooking? I know you guys have the Ministerial Alliance cooking for you on Thursday nights. We have the Nixa Sodexo staff out there. We have it takes a tremendous amount of people to create the overall atmosphere, and I think this is a great way to represent that. And I'm assuming this is a new tradition. Is that correct?
Sure, no doubt. You know, and I think most people, you know, really don't know what all goes into putting it on. I mean, from you to the whole, you know, there's a lot of people involved, and I think we do, you know, a pretty good job of putting on a great Friday night, you know, atmosphere for the game. You know, it's awesome.
When it comes right down to it, after we get the game started, we got a job to do. Branson Pirates come into town. You told me you felt pretty confident. Well, Coach, we're talking about the offense of getting off to a slow start, and you know, and you were explaining the situation that we had with the pick six. Let's get back into that.
Well, it's just it's a poor job of coaching. You know, like we had a kid out there that wasn't sure about what to do. So, you know, and anything in life, if you're not sure about what to do, it slows you down, you know. So he just didn't do a whole lot. And then, you know, we just didn't have them prepared and ready. And that's what we do as coaches, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my fault. That's, you know, and we've worked really hard this week to try to raise the standard and knowing what to do all the time and do it better, because, you know, without knowing what to do, it's hard to do it right.
Big pass here, Coach. You brought this kid off the basketball team. Made some big plays for you the other night.
No doubt about it. I mean, he's a big kid that can jump, and, you know, he goes, this is what he's built for. He's so much bigger than everybody else, and, you know, when he gets the game figured out, he's going to be really, really tough for folks to cover because he's just more athletic than everybody else.
You know, we talked about defense. We're going to talk to Wickwar here and just coming up in a little bit. Consistently, I think they ended up with several sacks the other night, and here's another big one. This is like the entire defensive line not letting that screen get set up.
You know, we're not the biggest group in the world, but we are very athletic. We can be very nasty, and they play really hard. And, you know, that's a prime example right there of how athletic they are. And, you know, at the end of the day, we'd rather have guys that are, you know, more mobile than not. And I think you saw a lot of great things out of them.
Look at this guy, 17 carries, 196 yards. Big round of applause, big night for Ramon Green. But, man, watch. Yeah, he gets credit, but watch the hole open up. He's not doing that without this offensive line, Coach.
No, I mean, he knows, and he's the first guy in the world that gives them credit. But, you know, I did think that Ramon had a great offseason, and I thought he looked bigger and faster and stronger. And I thought the guys up front did too, you know. Like, we've come a long ways in a year.
Watch big number 5 here. I kept wanting to call him Stephen Ward the other night.
Yeah.
He's a big play.
He makes a bunch of big plays. I got
John Golson.
I don't know how many times his name was called out, but it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? He plays really hard, and he practices the exact same way he plays, which is why he's rewarded on Friday night, because that's the same way he practices on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Here comes, I think this next offensive play we're going to set up, of course, that's the defense making a big play. You brought in a new quarterback for us on varsity on Friday nights, Knitzel, right?
Connor Knitzel.
Did I say that right?
I think so. It was always Connectal to me, but his grandmother.
Me too the other night, wasn't it, guys? Friday night.
He did a really good job. You know, he sat back and threw a great post right there to Jordan Turner, and I thought that really gave us a little breath of fresh air at that time, when we were kind of struggling a little bit. So it was a great throw, great job with the protection, and a good job catching it and running. I was proud for Jordan to be able to haul that in.
Well, we're showing you some of the offensive and defensive plays of the week, of course. But, Coach, I'm just kind of curious, what was the biggest lesson that we learned from the Branson game as we prepare for coming up on Friday night?
Well, we got to do a better job of coaching Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We've probably not done, especially offensively, the best job that we could do. We've got to do a better job of raising the standard and holding them accountable and doing the little things right, and we've kind of been spoon feeding them a little bit. And when you get out there on Friday night, you can't hear anything, so they're having to really go by the signals, and we've got to increase our effort a little bit, and now I know we scored a bunch of points because we got really good players, but there was a lot of stuff that we can correct on offense. So I think how good we can be, I think we can be really, really, really special, but we do have to learn how to play with a very intense motor and know what we're doing, and then the sky's the limit.
Well, I know, Coach, that we do have a test, and we'll talk about the Joplin preview coming up in a few minutes. But, Coach, let's be proud. 460 total offensive yards. We had a total of 5 TDs, 4 of them on the ground, 1 of them through the air. Just a great night of offensive power.
We scored a bunch of points. I'm grateful that, I'm coaching our team and not their team, because we got some good players that made big plays, and that it takes that. There were a lot of little things that we can correct, but, things like this right here, taking a counter play like Austin did and taking it 75 yards or whatever, there's a lot of folks that can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So we do have special athletes that can make big plays, and normally the team that wins the game is the team that makes the most big plays, and we obviously had more than they had.
Yeah, it's a great run here. Of course, if he doesn't run the rest of the season, he has a 73-yard average. That's pretty good.
My guess is
we know we're going to be easy to beat.
That average may come down a little bit, but I hope it stays at 73.
Well, Coach, we're excited that great first win, 42-6, the final score, Branson versus Nixa. Coming up after the break, Coach, we're going to hear from some defensive players. I know Coach Wickwar is going to want to brag on these guys, but tell us a little bit about John Golson and Jaden Avon and what they've meant for you as a coach of Nixa football.
Oh, man, they're absolutely awesome. Jaden Avon's probably come farther as a human being since I've been here, What a outstanding role model, has worked hard, has done everything in the world that we've asked him to do, practices well, gets after it. And John Golson is kind of the heartbeat, man. He's the guy that, it's amazing. You can watch him in practice go get a dummy. Like when you need a dummy, like normally your young kids go, defensive line, like he'll go. He sprints and he gets the dummy and he comes back and he's excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the type of guy that, is other people feed off of him, and it just makes us that much better.
Yeah. It's exciting. We'll be right back after this quick message from Jenkins CPA here at the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show.
I appreciate the school system and everything and making this vision come reality. Extremely proud of it, of the team of Price Cutter and everybody here. It's been a vision of mine for a long time, living in the community. My son and daughter go to school here, and so I've had this vision. I attend all the games, football, basketball, track, soccer, and so I'm a big local Nixa guy. My wife graduated from school here, and so I've had this vision and idea, and so I finally put it in action and went and talked to Zach, and we had some great meetings, and our vision was aligned, and here we are today.
This is awesome because this has been a dream of both Nixa, the school district, and also Price Cutter, just to have this opportunity to have a place where everybody in Nixa can come in a central location and get their Nixa gear. Not everybody can come out to the football games, and we don't have all this stuff always at a game, so this is a great time for them to come, shop a local Nixa business, and also pick up their Nixa Eagle gear. Parents that want to come pick out stuff with their kids, grandparents that want to swing by and grab something on their way to a game, they have a central location.
Price Cutter's been such a strong sponsor for Nixa Athletics, just Nixa schools as a whole. You know, they've been great to work with the company, and also Rob Marsh, who now manages that store. And so Rob's always been first in line, whatever we need to help us out. So we were excited to be able to partner with them and make this happen. With that sponsorship, they do share the profits with us on this, so that goes right back to us and being able to support all of our athletics and activities.
We made sure that we catered to a little bit of everybody, sizes, and we've even got youth and kids and all the way up for adults. Nixa is a big sports community, as you're well aware, and we want to make sure we have something for everyone.
And we're just getting started. So right now you'll see a lot of t-shirts, but you'll see it expand to even more different products. So we're really excited just to keep bringing more and more things that our community wants to show their Eagle spirit.
Well, welcome back to the Week 1 edition of the 2021 Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show. Big thanks to our sponsors tonight. Of course, you just heard a message from Jenkins CPA. Also, Greg Birch. Greg's Mower Shop here in Nixa. And a big thanks to our host here, Big Whiskeys of Nixa. And, Coach, I know you got a free meal tonight. Coach Wickwar, what did you have from Big Whiskeys?
Oh, man. I had the hamburger with the help me out people with the sweet stuff and the jalapenos. It was fantastic. What do we call it? What's that?
The honey?
Honey Stump.
Honey
Good,
Stump.
dude.
Well, we appreciate them.
Good.
Hey, if you want more information how your business or organization can be a part of the Touchdown Club Coaches Show, let us or reach out to us. We'd love to have you be a part. We got plenty of shows going on the rest of the season. We can get your message out to our football fans. Well, Coach, you know that one little coach kind of explained the 6 points there was a little mishap. You were 6 points away from a shutout night number 1 here at Eagle Stadium. What has been the biggest difference between last year's team and this year's team that you've noticed, and what changes or adaptations have you made to these kids?
Well, I hate to correct you, but we
Okay.
pitched a shutout. The defense did, and so we're very proud of that. No, I'm having fun. The difference is you start kind of as a shotgun scenario, and you begin to ask your athletes to perform certain things, and then I have an incredible staff that works with me that is really intelligent and has a lot of years. And then we start wide and we start narrowing it down to what our athletes do the best and what fits the best to us. We try to always have in our package an odd and even front, depending on whether you're trying to run or pass the football to us. But we also, and you know, some of this is the influence Coach Perry always giving us ideas. You know, sometimes if you look for analytics, you forget about your personnel and vice versa. And one of the things we try very hard is to get our best 11 athletes on the field in every position. So sometimes we simplify things because guess what? At the end, it's your athletes that win the game. It's not your daggum coaches upstairs calling X and O's and trying to impress ourselves. So that's what we try to do, and it's pretty exciting to have this group of young men because they play so daggum hard, take it so serious, take ownership, love each other, and then it makes you look real good.
Yeah.
So that's a positive.
Well, one thing I noticed, not a lot of penalties the other night. You know, I didn't see, really on both sides of the play. I saw a few flags here and there, but overall, I think our players played pretty disciplined. Didn't see a lot of those defensive or offensive penalties.
We had one offsides, but he's over here eating with his girlfriend, so I'm not going to bring it up.
Well, I didn't say we didn't have any. I didn't see a night full of them.
He's not even paying attention to me, so that's good.
Yeah.
He had a good ball game too, by the way. Avery Rutherford, shout out, baby. How you doing? How you doing?
Well, Coach, you know, as we move forward, as watching some of the preview, I know you've been watching film on Joplin. I'm sure you have at your job. You're preparing. They like to pass a lot. We've seen a lot of passes in that game last week. How is Coach Wickwar preparing the team this week for the passing attack of the Joplin Eagles?
Well, first it's Coach Wickwar, Coach Richardson,
Right.
Coach Gold.
How's
Coach
the defensive
Shipley,
coaches?
Coach, I mean, it is Potts, and then I can't leave. Who did I leave out? Smith. We are a collaboration at all times, and that's not, I don't even pretend that it's not.
Right.
We're a collaboration, but we are. You know, we think from the 7 sacks we got last week, or that's what we totaled. One might have been a tackle for loss. We just get excited about sacks because I'm an old D lineman.
How many did we have last week?
I said 7, but, you know, there's a debate. It might have been 6.
All right.
You know, we might have called one tackle for loss. And so that's what we'll do. We'll go in, try to get pressure with 4, stop the running game. It's a different running game. It's not a gap running game. It's a zone. We've worked on our reads. You have two very intelligent young men coming up, football IQ, that will explain that to you. So it's a different kind of fit. One of the things I'm concerned about the zone game is we're very aggressive. And the zone game makes you be very patient and very smart before you fire your gun, so to speak, compared to a gap scheme where you can get your read and our guys are really disciplined and go fill the gap.
Yeah, I noticed that they were penetrating quite a bit the other night, beating the offensive line off the ball, and we could see that from the booth, and it showed in many times. I mean, they just kept dominating that line a little bit. But, Coach, let's just talk about, it is the kids. I mean, they're the ones putting in the hard work. Yes, you get to do the yelling, the screaming, the motivation, the inspiration, which I hear a lot of great inspiration coming from our coaches. But let's talk about some individual stat leaders we had from Friday night. Who were our tops? Who had the most tackles? And who had the most sacks?
Okay, well, Jaden Even led with 15 tackles, and he's
Yeah, give him a round of applause, absolutely.
Okay. That's a big day at the office, but I'm going to take a little off the shine and challenging because he's that type of athlete. He's supposed to be my tackle leader because that's the position he's playing.
Right.
And I will brag on this. He gained 20 pounds to move to the inside. That's Stephen Ward's old position. And our defense, I mean, everybody has an opportunity to make a play in every play. And John about ousted him from the in position, which is extremely impressive. But that position, and he does it well. He's made the transition from outside to inside. He's a leader for us, and he's learned. And that, unselfish, that's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And it's paying off for him. Tony Perez, okay?
Yeah.
He's the first loser of
There's
our team.
229s on the roster, by the way.
Yeah.
It'd be great to tell your announcer in the booth Friday nights that there may be Perez, and it's Tony Perez, not Anthony Perez, which is what he likes to go by. That would be great information, just FYI. Instead of getting a text.
It's Antonio, but I'm lazy,
text.
and I call him Tony,
All right.
and he says yes. I also get the thrill of coaching Tony in discus, and he was the first loser in discus in the state. That means he took second. And he set a school record. So we get a lot of work. And, I've never met a linebacker that was so destructive, so athletic, and so happy. Most of them are very angry people. And Tony's not angry. I don't understand it. I have to get angry to play ball, but Tony doesn't.
Yeah.
So he had a great game. And then Golson from the end position in his stats. And then what was interesting is we had those three rocks that performed, but we had a junior, Ty Hartman, with his first start that the coaching staff voted, and this means nothing. Okay, you don't get anything for this, and it's not. But the defensive coaches voted him defensive player of the game because he graded out really well, but he had a fantastic game. But, he just kind of surpassed what we anticipated his role being. So, and
it's good.
And on a game like this, you could have gave it to 11 guys.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I call a lot of names. Yeah, I called Jaden Avon quite a bit the other night, but we were calling a lot of different players on the field, and that's always great to see, offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
So
we got in trouble. There's a young man named Jaden Antonelli, who had 7 tackles. That's okay. He only played 11 plays on defense. So my head coach goes, why did he not play more? So we're going to work on that a little bit this week. So we've got a lot of guys from Teeter moving from in to tackle.
Right.
Our secondary, from the Frazier to the Young Ward to the Breeden, was all new. So they're going to get, I'd say what we call baptized this week.
Good,
which
yeah.
I have a lot of faith in them. And we're going to put some pressure. But it was just a great night and a reflection of the hard work they've put into it.
guys, give a big round of applause for our defensive coordinator, Coach Wickwar. First to give great advice, not to take the credit. He shares that credit with his coaching staff. I think it's one of the things I really love and care about you, the way your coaching style is. Thank you so much. When we come back, we'll have 2 Nixa seniors, John Golson and Jaden Avon, right after this.
Well, we love the back to school bash. I feel like it went really smooth this year. I love how it's so spaced out. You feel comfortable. Having 2 children, it's expensive to buy, a ton of school supplies And it's just super helpful that we are able to at least knock out, a good chunk of our school supply list. And then a nice pair of tennis shoes for kids are amazing because shoes are costly.
Well, I got a backpack first of all, and it was actually my favorite color. It was like a mustard yellow, and I got all the stuff I needed for school this year, and I'm glad that we have school this year.
Me and my wife, we both have children in the school district, so we know with the pandemic that there is more of a need this year than most, so we wanted to donate a little bit of our time and just help out some people that are in need. As the people come through the door, we greet them, find out, what size shoes that they need, and then just take them around, get them fitted. If something's not working out for them, go find a different size.
The event went really good. There were only maybe 3 or 4 times that I can think of where I saw a line of people, and that line of people was 4 or 5 people. This year especially, we didn't put any restrictions on who could attend the event, who needed a little extra help. We didn't want to determine that. We wanted to be a resource for our families and our community. We couldn't supply everybody the full list, but what we could do is just provide the essential items that they needed in their school supply list, and then a new backpack and a new pair of shoes.
It's just the reactions that the kids get, that they're trying on a brand new pair of shoes for the first time. It kind of breaks your heart. But just seeing their, just be uplifted, from getting a new pair of shoes, watching them, buzz up and down the gym. That's you hear the patter of the shoes, and you're like, oh yeah, he's trying them out. It's been really fulfilling.
It's nice to have a program that will help people regardless of their income. Just because a lot of times your family may make a little extra than what a lot of places will help you with. They're here to help regardless.
Nixa football. Are you ready to fight? Flip on the lights. It's Friday night.
Fine. Well, welcome back to the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show. Again, a fine thank you to our sponsors out there. And if you want more information now, you can be a sponsor. Please let us know. Now, we have 2 guests here, 2 Nixa seniors. We have number 27, Jaden Avon, as we just heard, had 15 tackles last week. And then another big senior had some sacks and a bunch of tackles, John Golson. Give a round of applause for our seniors, 27 and number 5, John Golson. All right, now, I don't think you guys live in the same house like McCracken and Green, right? So you didn't have what's up with the matching shirts? Is that something new? I don't understand. Show the camera the best you can there. Here, Golson, be loud and proud. There you are. John, what do the shirts mean, bud?
So they actually mean Wick Mafia Hitman. And so
Wick Mafia
as
Hitman.
in Wickwar.
I gotcha.
Okay, so
Nice.
we call ourselves Wick Mafia, right? And we call our whole defense that, and that's just kind of like an identity for us. And I don't know, I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
And like our leaders, we all have these shirts. There's 4 of us, me, Jaden, Michael, and Antonio. We all have a shirt, and it's just kind of like we're the leaders of defense, and so you just kind of wear this proud.
Yeah. Looks good, man. And Jaden, of course, that camaraderie, that pride. Of course, you're part of the entire team, the offense, defense, special teams. How about Caleb James, 5 for 5 the other night? I meant to mention that earlier, Coach. Give us some extra points. Jaden, what's it mean to have that kind of camaraderie? How does that help your defense perform better when you guys are a tight fit group like that? And not worried about who gets the most tackles and most sacks?
It makes us just a better defense because we're not worried about being the star player or that. We just want to make our fits and just do our 111.
Yeah. So what's the offseason been like this year? You finally got a full season under Coach Perry and Coach Wickwar this year. You didn't have to do the COVID protocols as much. How does that help you guys improve getting ready for the upcoming or this season that we're in now?
We didn't really follow the protocols last year with the mask and stuff, but we just been working hard and just being mentally tough out there.
Yeah, but you remember, and John, I know both of you guys have gotten a lot bigger. How has the weight program at Nixa Schools helped you become a better performer this season on the field?
I'll probably say me coming in my freshman year, I was 200 pounds, right? And I was short and fat, right? And so it just shows our weight program works. You know, like everyone that has been through our weights has gotten bigger, you know, stronger, and it's just better for you. Make a better athlete.
You know, I was watching some of these highlights. Have you guys, I know you guys have watched the game film over and over, I'm sure by this point, looked at your huddle clips, especially some of your plays. You know, this is the fumble here. But if you look at the penetration coming off on the inside here, I mean, Jaden, you're right there on the inside. You cause the pressure. He causes the fumble. I forget who picked it up. Who was it?
Cody Breeden.
Oh, yeah, okay. So they picked up the fumble. And I'm just curious, which one of you two is going to be the first one to get to dunk a football this year in the Here Comes the Boom bucket?
Hopefully me.
You? Are we taking bets? Is there like
You know,
I'll wash your car, you wash my car type deal? We could do something fun like that.
And no, it's probably going to be him, honestly.
Well, guys, we are excited that you guys are performing at the level. You got a big season ahead of you. We got some big football games. You know, Branson is still rebuilding, and we know that. But you've got Joplin coming up. I know the coaches are going to prepare you as far as working their tails off behind the scenes to make you the most prepared. But how do you guys prepare for a Friday night game? I want to go through both of you. Jaden, what is your Friday night ritual, and how do you prepare? And then, John, I want you to answer the same question.
For Friday nights, I mostly just listen to music and get like hyped up and like talk to my teammates, make sure they're all ready to play, tell them to like just know your job and read your keys and you'll do great.
Yeah. John, what's your pregame ritual? Any kind of things that we may not like, you know, wear the same underwear, anything like that? I mean, your mom's here, so.
She already knows everything, so I mean, that doesn't matter. I don't know. I kind of have a ritual, like I wear the same underwear, like where you're saying.
Do you?
Yeah, they're actually peach underwear, right? And I wear them for wrestling too, because I mean, they're just a good luck charm. But I don't know, I just kind of like listen to music, you know, but it's not like, I don't like hype myself up. I just like relax myself because I get too hyped up sometimes, and that's just not good. Because you have to like actually think when you're on the football field. You can't just run in there, head chopped off.
It's good. All right, Jaden, one final thing here. Favorite funny moment about Coach Wickwar?
One time we were like in the film room, and him and Coach Gold came to the front of the room, and they're talking about how they're both like big, like they know a lot about health and stuff like that. And they both took their shirts off, and they were like, it doesn't mean anything, like if you know what to do, if you don't apply it. So they're kind of saying like, you know what I mean?
Favorite Coach Perry moment? Come on, John, give me one.
I don't know if it's a moment, but just some of the stuff he says, right? I'm just kind of like, no, I've never heard that in my life. Like, he always calls people Joker, you know? he's like, you Joker or something. It's like, it wasn't very funny, but it doesn't, you know?
I think he puts a Dem Jokers in there, D-E-M, Dem Jokers or something like that.
Yeah. He called Branson Jokers a lot last week. It's the same for Joplin, but.
Guys, give a round of applause for our two seniors. Got a great season ahead of them. Stay healthy, stay smart, do the right things, do the hard work, guys, and let's win some football games. What do you think? Here, Big Whiskey's has a couple free appetizers for next time you guys come in. Does that sound good?
Oh, awesome. I love this.
Got another quick message. We'll be right back with the final thoughts from Coach Perry here at the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show. A proud sponsor of the Nixa Touchdown Club is Big Al's Subs, located in downtown Nixa on Main Street. You're going to find amazing food, great service, and of course a big variety of subs, pizzas, spuds, and a whole lot more. Plus they have that Dole Whip there at Big Al's. They have a drive-thru, they offer delivery and inside dining. Plus, if you need an event catered, think of Big Al Subs. Again, Big Al Subs Sandwiches, located in downtown Nixa, right there on Main Street, a proud supporter of Nixa Schools.
Nixa football! Are you ready to fight? Flip on the lights! It's Friday night!
And once again, welcome back to the Touchdown Club Coaches Show. We're in the final preview for this upcoming Friday night. We're going to be traveling down to Joplin, Missouri. We hope you can make the game. We need a big crowd, big home team crowd to come down and support our Nixa Eagles. But, Coach, before we go into the preview, you got a special guest in the audience here tonight. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, I got my dad took the year off last year, and I think up until last year, he had probably been at every game I've ever been a part of in my life, except for maybe one or two.
Now, I'd like to ask Mr. Perry,
Hold up.
what is his funniest, or what's a great story? A real quick one here. What can you share something fun about Coach Perry?
Well, I could share a lot of it if I had time to think about it, but I don't know. It's just
You got to hold the mic.
Hold that mic.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's never at a loss for words.
Never lost for words until now. But yeah, I've heard Joker plenty of times in my life, and you know, it's usually not funny. But so I think John had that right.
Well, I guess, is this your first great-grandchild?
It is.
So congratulations on your first great-grandchild. That's awesome.
First great-grandbaby. Sure is.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, and we're going to find out about Coach has got lined up for us coming up this week. Coach, I watched some of the clips that you guys sent over to me, and one thing I noticed is these guys can throw the football.
They're explosive on offense. You know, they do a really good job. The quarterback's really good. They've got some receivers that can make big plays. And if you see, you know, watching last week's game film, you know, they have a lot of explosive plays down the field. The quarterback's a good athlete. You know, I mean, he does things right, gets the ball to the people that can do something with it. Hopefully we'll be able to apply a little more pressure than Webb did. I mean, our guys are, you know, athletic and play hard, and we can't give him all day to throw. We can't let him circle around and come back. I mean, you can't cover anybody for 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds. You know, we got to get some pressure on him, make him make decisions quick. But they do have really good players.
Yeah, this was a drive they did late in the game that I think ended up winning the game for them, that they didn't even run the ball once. They had no incomplete passes on this drive, drove all the way down there. So guys like John Golson, Jaden Avon, those inside crew, they're going to have to get some pressure on that quarterback coming up this coming Friday
No doubt.
night.
And you got to keep him corralled and keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get outside and make plays outside the pocket. But I guarantee you our guys will be coached up and ready to go.
Yeah. Well, Coach, any final thoughts about week number 1 in the books and preparing for week number 2?
We're excited that we were able to get the win in week number 1. We're excited to be playing Joplin. We know it'll be a great game, and, you know, I think we'll get the best they got. I think they're going to get the best that we got, and it's going to be a great high school football game.
All right, well, that's a wrap-up for Coach, the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show, Week 1. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to join us at Big Whiskey's on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock as we do the live recording. It's always a lot of fun, lots of excitement. You hear a little bit of the inside stuff that happens during the night. If you want more information how you can support the Nixa Touchdown Club or be a part of this show, please contact us here, and please share this video, Coach. I mean, I know you have relatives all the way down in Mississippi watching this thing, and we've had viewers, a little over 20,000 different individual viewers just last year watch the Coaches Show at one point. We have it on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So we'll see you this coming Friday night at in Joplin, Missouri, as we battle the Joplin Eagles. Yes, everybody have a great evening.